Have you ever felt stuck in the pain of your past? Do certain memories, experiences, or wounds continue to affect your confidence, your relationships, and happiness? Trauma just does not live in our memories. It shapes our thoughts, our experiences, and the way we see the world around us. So, what is trauma? Trauma is an emotional, mental, or physical response to deeply distressing or overwhelming experiences that leaves a lasting impact on our mindset. So, why is it important to work on trauma? Trauma, for example, you had an incident in your childhood and you continue to live and relive that same experience again and again and again. So it is important that you address the pain which you are carrying, maybe from your childhood, from a time where, for example, you were abandoned by your family, you were sent to a maybe boarding school, or maybe you had lost a loved one, or maybe you were betrayed by somebody you deeply trusted, or it could be maybe you had experienced some natural disaster, or maybe you witnessed some incident in your memory in your childhood and it is resurfacing and there in your memory. What happens when you experience a trauma, either yourself or, for example, you have witnessed a trauma? It leaves imprints in your body. Your body carries the memories of that trauma. The trauma is not happening in your life again and again, but you are reliving it again and again and again. Why? Because your soul memory, your body memory carries the imprints of that trauma. And if you choose to avoid working on it, what will be the impact of not working on that trauma? Ultimately, you will not be able to give your 100% in whatever you do. You will not be able to live your connections, the experiences which are there in the present fully and completely. Because in your mind, you have created a story about you. Some of the common examples of trauma include losing a loved one unexpectedly, experiencing physical, emotional, or verbal abuse. For example, you have experienced it in your childhood, or even if you have been a part of domestic violence, that is going to leave an imprint on your mindset and your body cells are going to carry the memories. Or, for example, you were going through a painful divorce, surviving an incident, an accident, or some disaster. You were being bullied in your school or childhood, or if you are constantly criticized, or for example, you were abandoned by your parents, your family members, or sometimes even a financial hardship which you may have faced can also create a traumatic experience in your mindset. You may fear moving forward in life. So these are some of the examples which I feel you may connect with about the kind of traumas which you may have experienced, or anything which is personal to you. You know what is it that is bringing pain at the surface or in your subconscious again and again. That's why it is important that you address it. Through this video, I want to address those people who are ready to work on their trauma which they are carrying in their now, which they don't need to carry throughout their life. You have a choice to work on it. heal yourself and come back to life complete and whole and change your story. Don't make that trauma as your identity, your story. Create a new story. Reshape your life. Welcome to Shine and Inspire. My name is Anshita Sharma, and today, as I have already shared with you, I am going to talk about a very, very important topic which many of us feel it's not important. We feel this had happened in the past and we have to live with it. But healing is possible. So here are the pointers which I am sure are gonna help you to work on it. Number 1, choose healing over suffering. You have a choice to heal, or healing does not mean you are going to forget what had happened in the past. It means you are refusing to allow your past to impact your present and your future. It's all about rebuilding yourself and start your healing journey. So you have a choice. Number 2, seek guidance through coaching or therapy, because sometimes you need a coach, a mentor, a therapist, a healer to take you out of the box that you have created with your story. And sometimes it becomes difficult for you to come out of that phase yourself. You need someone to partner with you who can show you the bigger picture from outside and support you in your journey of healing and transformation. If you feel called to work on your healing journey and partner with me to join hands and work on your trauma, you can reach out to me, write to me at coachanshita@gmail.com, and we will be working together, and I promise you, you will see a transformed you once you heal yourself. So if you are willing, if you feel called to book a session with me, reach out to me at the email ID which is given here. Number 3, take a stand for yourself. See, you have to stand up for your needs. For example, if you have been abused, if you have been experiencing any kind of violence, nobody from outside will be coming to take you out of it if you are not ready to work on it. So every time you choose yourself, you strengthen your inner power. So you have to take a stand for yourself. You have to take that step to work on your trauma. First of all, you can book a session with a counselor, a coach or therapist, or if you want to work on it yourself, first of all, you have to be willing to take charge that, okay, I am not gonna face it throughout my life. I am ready to take a stand for myself and work on it. Number 4, catharsis. Catharsis is basically a way to vent out the memory of that trauma from your body cells through crying, through writing. So catharsis sometimes we feel is not important, or processing your emotion is not important, but let me tell you, my friends, it's the most important step to process any trauma which you have stored in your body. You might have heard, when you cry, you always feel better after that. So crying is not weakness. It's not a weakness to be ready to work on your trauma. It requires a lot of strength for you to face your trauma, to see your trauma in the eyes and say that yes, I am ready to work on it. So if you have been through a trauma and your body wants to process those emotions through crying, through writing, or even through body movement, do it. Try to cry or embrace your emotions, and you will 100% feel lighter and better after that. Number 5, surround yourself with high energy people, or people who basically are not reminding you of your trauma again and again, especially if you are wanting to come out of the trauma. If you have taken that step to move out of your trauma, it's very important that you have people who understand that yes, you are wanting to come out of it and are going to basically lift you up and partner with you on your journey. So be very conscious, especially if in your vulnerable moments, if you have something which you want to work on, if you are in your journey to work on your pain, surround yourself with people who basically connect with you in where you want to see yourself. Number 6, move out of fear and into courage. Trauma often creates fear of trusting, fear of falling, fear of being hurt again, fear of being betrayed again. But healing requires courage. Courage does not mean that your fear will disappear. It means you are ready to take the next step despite of the fear. Every small act of courage sends a message to your mind. I am safe, I am capable, I am stronger than I think. Ultimately, what is fear? It's false evidence appearing real, because it is not something which is happening to you again and again. It may have happened to you in past. One incident, it does not mean it ultimately is the experience you have to live or you will be living again and again. So move out of fear into courage to work on it. Number 7, take charge of your life. At some point, healing requires personal responsibility, not the responsibility what may have happened, because you cannot control what happens to you all the time, right? But you can take the responsibility of what happens next. You cannot change the past, but you can control your response today. You can choose habits. You can choose a different mindset. You can choose your future by living in your present. Your life changes when you realize that you have the pen now in your hands. But now you are more mature. You are basically living in your present. You are more aware. If you are mature enough, you are more aware of what impacts you, right? So be conscious that now I am ready to take responsibility of my present. Ultimately, it's going to impact my future. Number 8, set healthy boundaries. One of the most important lessons trauma teaches us is the need for boundaries. Protect your peace, protect your energy, protect your emotional well-being. Not everyone deserves unlimited access to your energy, your emotions, and personal space. So boundaries are not walls, they are basically a sign of self-respect. Sometimes you have to create healthy boundaries if you want to protect your peace. If you are living in a traumatic situation, do not let anybody access you or give unlimited access to your energy, your time, being available for others whenever they want. Especially if you are living in a toxic sort of environment, it is very, very important that you set healthy boundaries around you. If you really want to work on it and if you really love yourself, you only have one life, my friends. It's better to live it in the best possible way. Number 9, connect with the Supreme. There comes a point where healing goes beyond the mind, it becomes spiritual. Connect with the divine, the Supreme, the universe, God, whatever resonates with your soul. In moments of pain, surrender. In moments of confusion, seek guidance. In moments of darkness, trust that a higher wisdom is leading you towards healing and growth. Faith can become a powerful source of strength when human understanding feels limited. If you have experienced a trauma which is so deep, losing a loved one, for example, it may be difficult for you to handle it yourself individually. What do you do then? You just surrender. You just surrender to the higher power which is orchestrating this universe. You just surrender your pain and connect with the divine, the higher power which is running this entire universe. And you talk to God or whichever power supreme you resonate with, that you can see, I am in this pain, this deep wound. Guide me. Tell me what should I do now. As I said, your life is very, very precious. This human life is very, very precious, and you cannot continue to live with your pain, because if you continue to live with your pain, the universe is not able to see the best of you. Your Supreme is not able to see the best of you, because we cannot control everything in life. If some incident had happened in past, you connect with Supreme, that I surrender, guide me from here. Number 10, meditate. I often talk about meditation, and at the same time, I completely understand it might be very difficult for you to meditate if you are living that trauma. Whenever you sit to meditate, there is a possibility the memories of that trauma, the imprints of that trauma comes in front of you, and it becomes difficult for you to meditate. But you can start with 5 to 10 minutes. Sit in peace, connect with your breath, connect with the inflow and outflow of energy in your body. Feel your body when you sit in meditation, when you try to meditate, even if you cannot. What will happen is you will start feeling calmer, relaxed, slowly and gradually. And in case you would like to learn to meditate, many of my clients had requested me to make a course on meditation. So here's the good news. I have a full course on how to meditate on Udemy, and you can access the link to the full course, a step-by-step guide to meditate, to learn to meditate, which you can access, and 100% it is going to support you in your journey where you are wanting to learn to meditate but you don't know how to start. So register for my meditation course now. The link is in the description section, and share your response, share your comments about how you found that course, and if you would like me to create more of guided meditations to support you to come out of trauma or any other topic, let me know. I am ready. I will be adding more guided meditations in the meditation course very soon. But if you have any specific request, please share it in the comment section. Trauma isn't something what happened to you. Sometimes it's what happened inside you as a result of what happened around you. Trauma is not the event itself. It is the lasting imprint, emotional imprint that the event leaves behind. So if you are carrying a trauma today, remember this. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by who you choose to become because of it or after it. If this message resonated with you, do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and share it with someone who you feel need to hear this video today, who is suffering with the trauma of their past. And sometimes some of the greatest stories are shared or expressed when you move out of your false identity aligned with that trauma, or when you heal yourself from that trauma, or when you heal your pain. You become a new you. You are ready to look at life from a different lens completely, because sometimes a trauma can completely transform you and make a different version of you, which you never knew you had in you. So which story are you willing to talk or tell about yourself? Because there is always light at the end of the tunnel. Trauma cannot be your story, your identity. You have the power to change your story and write your new identity and your new story. So which story are you ready to share with the world? Share your experiences in the comment section. If you have a story where you had overcome some traumatic incident which may have happened in your life, in your past, which may inspire many others to come out of the stuckness of the past. With that, thank you so much everyone for watching. Keep shining and inspiring. Thank you.